So here we've got the file open, we're taking a look, there's a bunch of new pictures we see, there's some behind some, there's some panel borders, or some balloons and some captions, a couple folders. We'll turn the caption and some balloons off and we'll use those later. And now we're just getting a look at how many actual panels there are under here. There's quite a few. And I'm just going to move them around. If something strikes my interest, maybe I'll put it in a corner. But I'm just getting a feel for what's in there. I like this dark one with the eye. It's pretty intriguing. I'll put it in that upper corner. But I'll turn it, I'll move some more things around. I like that one. Maybe it'll fit below somewhere. But now it's getting a little cluttered. I'm going to turn a few more off. Let's turn that one off. Let's turn that. Now I'm just looking around. So yes, so I see that it's a lot about the Trojan horse. Here the guy's coming out of the horse. Some arrows. I'm just getting a look for what ones are sort of pleasing to me. And now, one thing to know is that these images will enlarge, and I think I'm going to start with this one, this really hardcore battle scene, which is really striking and shocking. And I'm going to enlarge it. I'm going to take that as my first one. Now, I could use one of these long ones and just fit it underneath, but I think what I'd rather do is find a couple that are squarish and fit them underneath. It's more in keeping with the assignment of having a couple gridded ones underneath. So I'm going to take this ship, I'm going to squash it down to roughly the size that fits height-wise under that image, and let's just keep looking around and see what else might fit. I'll turn these off temporarily, keeping a note of what numbers they are. I think that was 12. Let's keep that one, actually. That looks pretty good, pretty intriguing. Let's turn our other ones on, back on. Let's just stick with these three panels. I think that's the way to go. We'll shrink that one down so it matches height-wise with the ships. These guys running away. And these are from three different, wildly different parts in the scene, but I'm using them anyway in sort of juxtaposition so that they, because they just sort of speak to me. A sort of battle and then a fleeing. I think that works pretty well. So we're lining these up and just getting those going. And now let's break out our balloons and see what we can use and what we want to use. And I'm just, for the heck of it, I'm just playing around with what balloons seem visually to attach themselves to sort of characters. I'm going to lower this caption, shrink this caption, put it in the water here, and figure out what we're saying a little later. I'm not sure what we're saying. Let's turn that one off. Let's move that one up by this guy who's getting sort of stabbed there. Let's put this one by the guy who's fleeing. Be interested in hearing what he has to say in a few moments. So we're just about there. Let's start typing some things in here. I'm just going to go for some sound effects and vocalizations of this guy getting stabbed. I'm going to put "gugh" or something like that. But basically by this point we've already solved the assignment. We've already created our main panel and then created a couple smaller panels after it or surrounding it. However we want to use the assignment to our benefit. But I'm going to add some dialogue. Got him. Shrink it a little, make it fit. And make this guy have a sound effect. Also, I think that is on a layer lower than the art, so I need to raise that. Yep, there it goes. Higher or lower than the balloon. And let's type in something like "let's get out of here." Let's enlarge that first so it can fit. How about everyone get out of here? Not very complicated, but it's our own composition, we should note. This is our own sort of version of this story. And I just realized I think I want to reverse these two panels. I think I want to have the guys in the battle before the ships are leaving port. So I'm going to move that balloon. I'm going to move the text that's hiding there. And now I think I'm sort of closing in on the final sort of iteration. I like this. It's just a battle. It's going badly. And then let's add one more caption. And we'll put it down in the ocean as the ships flow out of here. And let's let it be a bit reflective. Let's type in something like, will we ever be safe? And we'll hit check and shrink it, fit it in there. And I think that's about it. That's a simple, terrific solution to this exercise.